Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a new approved device by the FDA hopes to remedy opioid withdrawal symptoms. And officials are warning teens to stay safe on the roads as the 100 deadliest days to drive continues.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 5:30 on Wednesday, June 26th. Now first, let's send it over to meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. Got clouds, some sprinkles across the eastern and southern portion of Kentucky this morning. It's 70 outside our door, and it's warm and it's humid across the Commonwealth this morning. And as we look at the pinpoint Doppler radar, some of us off to a little wet start this morning. Still some lingering sprinkles here across the eastern half of the state. You look up toward Lexington, where there's a complex that blossomed here very quickly over the last hour to 90 minutes. That continues to track north of Lexington and toward Maysville. It'll be north of 64. Looks like for the most part, it should stay out of the viewing area away from Powell, Estill, and Rowan counties, as this complex clearly has been weakening, but we'll try to get into the viewing area after 7 a.m. Now, we do have that threat of seeing perhaps a strong or severe cell late this afternoon to this evening. The main concern regarding that level 2 slight risk of severe weather would be damaging thunderstorm wind gusts. With some sunshine today, up to 92 in Hazard. More about the First Alert 7-day forecast in a few moments. Olivia?
All right, Tim, thank you. A game-changing device to help people in addiction recovery receives FDA market clearance, and the treatment is exclusively offered at facilities in Kentucky. Grayson Passmore gives us a first look at the non-invasive device that could change lives.
It's a revolutionary device in the world of addiction recovery.
This can have a profound impact in our state, no question about it.
This is the NET device. It's an opioid use disorder treatment found exclusively at Isaiah House facilities. The neurostimulation therapy reduces opioid withdrawal symptoms within 24 hours.
There's an adhesive electrode that are placed on the mastoid bone behind the ears. And through a carefully programmed series of tiny electrical pulses, it re-stimulates the production of the body's own natural endorphins and encephalins in the brain.
For people in addiction, these naturally produced chemicals become depleted or replaced by their drug of choice. When they stop taking the drug, their bodies go into withdrawal. This tool significantly, or as Mike Cox says, almost miraculously reduces withdrawal.
When a person is able to quickly get past the acute withdrawal symptoms, they're then able to more quickly fully engage in treatment than they would otherwise. And I really think a lot of people want help to overcome addiction, but they're afraid of being sick and going through withdrawal.
According to the state, in 2023, 80% of overdose deaths involved opioids. This device, a non-pharmaceutical treatment that fits in the palm of your hand, could save many lives.
I think this is just a game changer.
And it's just the start. In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
Cox says they're only used the device for opioid use during trials, but he sees it doing wonders for other drug use as well. If you would like to learn more about Isaiah House and this treatment, we have more information on our WYMT News app and on WYMT.com. The family of an elderly woman who went missing a couple of weeks ago from Carter County are offering a reward for any information that will bring her home. Here is a picture of 72-year-old Frances Bird. She was reported missing on June 13th. According to our sister station, Bird's family called saying they are offering a reward of $5,000 for information that leads to finding her. If you have any information about the case, you are asked to call 911. A former employee of the now defunct Somerset Pulaski Economic Development Foundation will spend months in federal prison. A judge sentenced Lisa Gadberry to 10 months for misspending $142,000 over 5 years. According to court documents, Gadberry says she used the agency's credit card for personal expenses. She also is ordered to pay over $142,000 in restitution. Speeda provided a statement about Gadberry's sentencing. Here is part of it. Quote, "The level of abuse was shocking and devastating for our new organization and our community. The hundreds of thousands so frivolously spent on vacations, personal care items, and personal services were taxpayer dollars that we as public employees are called upon to be good stewards of to benefit all people in Somerset-Pulaski County." Louisville's police chief has resigned. It comes after Chief Jacqueline Gwen Villarroel was placed on administrative leave 2 weeks ago. It's on the heels of 3 claims of sexual harassment in the department, 2 of which have resulted in lawsuits. Louisville's mayor suspended the chief for her reaction to the sexual harassment claims. Acting Chief Paul Humphrey will continue in that role until the city can permanently fill the position. 3 people are facing charges after police dismantled a large-scale drug trafficking ring supplying large amounts of crystal meth in Laurel and Clay counties. The Laurel Drug Interdiction Task Force United arrested Vernon Renus Delph of London, a convicted felon, on June 6th. 2 weeks after that, Jade Boykin of Georgia and Karonda Tillman of Tennessee were arrested. Police found more than 20 pounds of meth, 8 pounds of marijuana, and more than $15,000. A new report shows Kentucky has higher incarceration rates than almost every country in the world. The report by Prison Policy Initiative measures each U.S. state's rate in comparison to each other and to other countries. It models states as if they were their own countries. It found Kentucky's rates lags behind only 5 other states and the country El Salvador for the highest incarceration rates. The time from Memorial Day to Labor Day is called the 100 Deadliest Days for Teen Drivers. Officials urge everyone to limit distractions while driving, like talking on the phone, while also following the rules of the road. Brandy Goodpaster is an administrative supervisor at the London Driver's Licensing Regional Office. She says she makes sure teens are as prepared as possible before getting their license.
Well, I have had to deny a lot of teenagers in order to get their license, and we've had a lot of teenagers come in and they say that their license are suspended for whatever reason, whether it be, academic suspension or, I've even had some teenagers that have had DUIs, and it's just something that I always explain to them that, this is a very serious privilege. Goodpaster says they do not deny licenses to teens to be mean. They just want them and other drivers on the roads to stay safe. The sheriff's office says there have not been any fatal teen car crashes this summer in Laurel County. Pulaski County school leaders are working hard to keep students fed this summer. They say several thousand students are taking advantage of their meals program. WYMT's Phil Pendleton shows us how multiple local organizations are pitching in to help.
Finn and Oliver Sullivan are at the Pulaski County Library Tuesday, but not necessarily for the books.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So many smiles, so many grins. The kids love coming to get the lunches. They love getting the little Uncrustables or the chips or whatever.
Hundreds and sometimes thousands of kids take advantage of the summer feeding program through the Pulaski County school system.
On the low side is 1,000. We've had up to almost 4,000 in just a week. One day we had over 900.
The economy is hard, money is tight, and sometimes it's tougher in the summer when daily breakfast and lunch at school just doesn't happen.
I think it's something that a lot of families need, and I think a lot of families could take advantage of it.
Bagged lunches and fresh food is prepared at the Pulaski County High School cafeteria each morning, and then the libraries, bookmobile, churches, and others make the meals available to those 18 and under.
A lot of sponsors that pick up, and they will come each morning, or some come for multiple days, and they will pick up the food and then they distribute it.
Libraries in Somerset, Burnside, Science Hill, Lansing, and Shopville offer summer food and reading programs for the kids. The bookmobile can go out to other areas. Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The summer food programs take place until July 19th in Pulaski County. WYMT has compiled a list of other summer feeding programs across the region. You can scan that QR code on your screen to see if there is a program near you. If you don't have access to a device that will allow you to scan that code, you can visit WYMT.com and search for summer feeding programs. Officials with the Transportation Cabinet say folks should be ready for long delays on one Magoffin County road. Drivers using Kentucky 3337 should prepare for those delays on Thursday, Friday, and into next Monday. Crews will be repairing a break in pavement, which is at mile point 015. Work will begin around 8 a.m. and should be finished at approximately 5 p.m. each day. And when we return, one of the year's biggest sales is approaching with Amazon's announcement for this year's Prime Day.
Who doesn't like Prime Day, right? The pinpoint Doppler radar, some sprinkles across our particular part of Kentucky. To the north and west, some active weather. We'll highlight this and we'll look ahead at the next 7 days. The First Alert 7-day forecast is coming up as your WYMT Mountain Morning News continues.